Hi, Aquarius. It's Angela. We are going to do a soul guidance reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of July 2022. This is also, it's a general reading. I do call in the vibration of Aquarius as we're pulling these cards. But we know this is, the guidance is sort of universal. It's for anyone. And if you're watching for an Aquarian that you love, or if you are just curious about the title when you saw it, then that, the reading's for you too. We're going to pull, our theme is going to come from the Oracle deck called Goddess Love. This is a beautiful deck. I love the illustrations so much. And the card that I got for you, Aquarius, is Nurturance. So it's asking you to pay attention to, your body, mind, spirit, all the aspects of yourself, right? Are we in balance? Is there a balance, an imbalance there? Are you focusing on two of those, body and spirit, and your mental hasn't rested, your mind hasn't been able to rest, or if there's an imbalance. So this is, this reading will guide us to attune to where we may be imbalanced, and to also, find a path toward regaining that equanimity there so our entire being can be present here as we move through life on this planet. Okay, so let me get this down here. This is the Zen cards we pulled. And as it pertains to nurturance and caring for your inner being and the balance within, your starting point is suppression. So I'm going to venture to say there may be one point, body, mind, spirit, and also, connectivity with others, the way we connect and tap into that universal flow of love that's always there, is something getting less attention right now than the other. So that's your question. What have I been holding back? What have I been holding back from myself? What have I been maybe concealing from others? And how do I remedy that? How do I bring that forth into the light? This is sort of where all the darkness is, and we want it to come up and rise up and, show up into the light so that we can tangle with it a little bit and restore the balance that we're seeking. Okay, internally, that suppression card is supported by no thingness. So this is a sense for some of you that I've been, not living to its fullest, all the aspects of myself, body, mind, spirit, they've not really been in balance and in harmony. And I realize within that some of that is caused by my expectation of certain things, of expectations of myself, expectations of others, expectations of, how a situation might turn out. And it's caused me to neglect my own holistic balance. This could be even just as you're on the path of your spiritual development and your enlightenment. This could be just realizing, I really don't know what to expect as I'm on this path, and I don't really have to know, right? I'm just going to let things flow the way they're naturally come up. The suppression card is just a reminder. This doesn't mean you're suppressed or you're, a heavy, dark person. It's just kind of reminding you where is, if I've got, the mind and the spirit part down, what happened, why haven't I been moving my body? Because that also puts the other two into flow, right? So it's just a matter of being able to sort of call to attention where those imbalances might be. That's the suppression energy here. It's not anything real too heavy, but it is an opportunity to take a look. And then within you, make sure that there's no expectation. Like, don't attach to any one way or thing or outcome, because you're limiting your path, right? I'm going to allow for all these facets of myself to be out in the open and be what they are. And I'm going to go with the natural flow of where those take me, right? In your external world, getting this understanding down, right? That the balance is important. Don't hold things back, and don't need any specific final version of it. Now, I don't need any specific outcome. And then that results in freedom, playfulness in your external world. So now you open up. Now your channels are opened up. Whatever the guidance here for the nurturance, sorry, my words are failing me right now. The guidance here is not saying that you're neglecting yourself. It's just saying, remember to nurture each aspect of myself equally. Mind, body, spirit is, those are all the aspects of me that keep me going as a human being and as a spiritual being on this planet. And I have to make sure they're all flowing and moving in the right, with the right amount of energy, right? But yeah, calling attention to those areas that are a little less, it opens up, a lot more freedom and movement in your external life. And the key to moving forward, oh, look at that card, the sharing card. This is give of yourself, give of your heart, show up as you, make sure that, you're not holding anything back. It's the opposite of suppression. So the key to unlocking it and moving forward is to let it all come up, right? Let this stuff that's been neglected or tempered down a little bit, let it all come up and out, right? And let it land on others. The smart conversations you can have, and the way your intellect works, and, the things you focus on with your mind. As an Aquarian, you have a higher capacity for, being that fabulous air sign. You have that capacity for really carrying some really intense intellectual conversations if you wanted, but no one will know that if you're not speaking up. Same thing goes for, your spiritual side. Make sure, people get the fullness of who you are as you're interacting with others. That's the key to releasing and to sort of restoring that balance for yourself, is to show it up and show it out, right? Okay, and then when you get to the next level, we have, oh yeah, so we have possibilities. This is opening it wide up. So we had this sort of, let's find out where we're imbalanced. Let's not expect any specific outcome and let the universe flow us toward that balance. In our world, in our waking world, we feel that freedom much more just by calling attention to it and allowing it to show up, come up through us. And then we let others know, we share it out. We become sort of an open book in this nurturing, balanced way. And then where we land, once we're able to process some of this and get to the next level, is now you have a wide open playing field. We got this possibilities card. This is kind of like saying, okay, now I'm fully aligned. Now I can take this on the road, right? Now it's almost like when you're fully aligned like that, your vision changes. It shifts. You're able to see more, understand more, aspire for more. And you can also see the areas that you kind of want to avoid and not really engage in. But for you, I think this, this opening and balancing of those aspects of yourself, it may create something new in your life, something that you didn't even really see coming. The possibilities card is it feels to me like a beginning for you. This is what it feels like. So we'll see. Check your balances. And once you start to feel balanced, check the landscape and see, oh, what did that create for me? What did that realigning or, stepping up my meditation practice to clear my mind more so that I'm much more aligned with body and spirit, tinker with it a little bit and see what comes through. And then where do you point your sights next, right? Internally, in the supporting energy to support this possibilities card is Thunderbolt. So you are getting it. There's going to be things that you want to do away with. There's going to be maybe once you achieve your balance again and you want to kind of maintain it and not really lose the hold on it, then you may be able to start to see, where do I grip, right? Where do I hang on? Where do I cling so that it impedes my progress here? Where does my mind get stuck in certain situations so that I'm not able to have a clear state of mind? Where do I fall short when it comes to my physical side, the things I eat and the way I move about in my life and the rest that I get? Where do I fall short there? You start to see, and you can make the little tweaks, and you can do away with the old habits and processes and paradigms and beliefs that held you in the imbalance. And then the final card is the maturity card. And this is just another affirmation of your progress, and that with every experience, you gain more wisdom, and you're able to sort of hold that within your being a little more gently. There doesn't have to be any declaration outwardly, like, oh, this is how much I know. And this is although, we did have this sharing card kind of saying, let others feel and let others receive those things that you're learning and the fullness of who you are. Let others receive that. But there's also a quiet sense of, I got this, everything's okay. And that doesn't really have to be declared in any way. It's just a matter of, you're getting this, you're gaining strength, you're gaining wisdom, and the self-nurturance and the balance within is a big part of that. It's a big part of it. Now, this isn't to say that, as human beings, this is not something like a race that we've achieved the finish line and now I'm in full balance and I'll stay that way forever, right? Well, we know that's not how it always happens, because we're humans and stuff happens. You know what I was going to say? Crap happens to us and it comes our way. And sometimes we're caught off guard and it throws an aspect of us off, right? It throws us out of balance. Our spirit loses faith that everything's going to be okay. Our mind gets bogged down with all the what ifs and shoulds and woulds and, oh my gosh, how am I going to proceed when something big and difficult happens, or comes into our path. So I'm not trying to assert here that, achieve the mind, body, spirit balance and then never go back and, never have trouble again. It's really not how it works, but it's just a calling of your attention to that balance and to the self-nurturing that's required in order to shore up our knowledge and our wisdom and our energy, our motivation for maintaining that balance, and then being able to bring that out as we move into the world, with that sense of balance. We will be caught off guard. We will be tossed off our balance a little bit here and there, but there's always a path back to it, right? And it starts from, it always starts from within. Okay, I think that's going to do it for now. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you again really soon. I hope you're enjoying your summer so far.